Peace and blessings, world, and welcome to another edition of Fresh Perspective, where we give you a new take on today's hot topics. Man, I tell you, the NBA is a gift that just keeps on giving. We got a hot one for y'all today. We're going to talk about all this movement in the NBA and all these trades. I'm your host, Irvin Hawkins. First, I'd like to introduce, as always, Mr. Young Talented, host of Another Chappelle Show, co-host of Homage Court, my brother Courtney Chappelle. How you doing, sir?
It's good, y'all. Let's go. It's been a little while, but we back.
Okay. We also got my other brother, the great orator and tactician, host of Homage Speaks and also co-host of Homage Court, Mr. D. Burtz.
Hey, man, you better get your super team, because if you don't, you're wasting your time.
Wow. Super teams, man. Super teams. But we're not going to start on super teams today. Is Dwight Howard a Hall of Famer?
I think one of the biggest winners was the Atlanta Hawks and getting rid of Dwight Howard's contract.
Superman.
I think that was huge. And I also think that he could play well in Charlotte because they have more of a need for him on the roster than we did. So his numbers may go up, his impact may be felt, and he may get some energy from playing with Michael Jordan, but I don't know how much energy the Dwight Howard's gonna get. He done played with Kobe. He done been down there with the Dream. He been surrounded by superstars and Hall of Famers his whole career. So I don't know what it's gonna take to motivate him to go to another level, because that ain't it.
Okay, interesting.
And as far as the Lakers are concerned, I really feel that Magic Johnson is torn right now. He's doing a good job of moving pieces. I would like to see him keep D'Angelo Russell, but you know how the Lakers rock. They always want a big. Brook Lopez could be a step in that direction, but I think Magic Johnson is actually torn. I know I talked to Courtney about this earlier, and he strongly feels that he's going to pick Lonzo Ball. I believe he's going to pick Lonzo Ball as well, but I think in his heart, he wants De'Aaron Fox. That's just my personal opinion.
Hey, and then speaking of Fox, did y'all see the comment that Fox's father made about Fox versus Ball?
Yeah, but I mean,
at the end of the day, it doesn't matter about a comment that the dad made or the battle of the dads. The sons took care of that on the court, and Fox played very strong 2 times against Lonzo Ball. He had 24 and 10 the first time, and then the last time we seen Lonzo Ball in a college jersey, it was because De'Aaron Fox put the 40 piece on his head. So I don't care what the dad said. And this is a guy who was a supporter of Lonzo Ball, and I wanted him to show up in a big game. And Courtney just said, "Wait for it." And when that game started, De'Aaron Fox went at that net.
But see, funny But D. Burtz, you saying you don't care about the battle of the dads, and I understand. You care You care about the game. But what's very interesting is Fox's father said exactly what you said. He said, in a nutshell, basically, my son has cooked this young man 2 times. I don't have to say anything. Go to the tape. And you are a go to the tape kind of guy. So I think you would have appreciated what Senior Fox had to say.
Well, I mean, I understand what Senior Fox has to say, but I want Senior Fox to stay out of the media like he's been doing, and let Junior Fox continue to do the work, unlike Lonzo and his father.
Hey man, I guess they can't let LeVar get all of the press. Young talent, man. Talk to me about Dwight and Charlotte, man. I mean, Dwight has been a lot of places, man, and for an individual who made it to a finals, man, without a super team, to a guy who had a hurt back and had, top level rebounds the year he was with the Lakers, man. Why is it that this man can't get any respect, and will he get his respect back to Charlotte?
Nah, probably not. I mean, respect-wise, I highly doubt. I highly doubt he got respect levels that'll get back. I highly doubt that he get his respect levels back to that point. It's gonna be hard for him in today's league. It's not really a big man league no more, so it's gonna be hard for him to get his respect levels. I think he'll be better suited in Charlotte than Atlanta, just because he's gonna have a point guard that's gonna use him and use his abilities the best he can. He's gonna be a defensive. He's gonna be a defensive threat as normal. He's always a defensive threat. So as normal, he'll be a defensive threat. He's gonna rebound a lot for Charlotte. They'll move him around. I think Charlotte will even give him the ball some in the post some. I mean, Dwight is what he is, man. He's just a solid overall ball player.
Well, you know, I've always been on record as saying Dwight was the best garbage man in the NBA in terms of blocks, rebounds, putbacks. I think if he embraces that role of being like a super athletic garbage man, I think he would have a better career. But the superstar times is probably over for him.
Right,
yeah,
but just
go ahead,
to piggyback on what you just said, I don't know how much better a career you want him to have. When he walk away from the game, he's gonna be a Hall of Fame basketball player, whether we want to agree with it or not. I don't know what 4-time Defensive Player of the Year and multiple-time rebound champion that's not a Hall of Famer. So I don't know what more.
Fame, but does Dwight pass the smell test? Like, does he pass the eye test? Did we watch Hall of Fame basketball this whole man's career? I'm not sure about that, and that might be a world. That might be a topic for another show. And right now, you're listening to Fresh Perspective. We're talking about the NBA trade.
Just know that you heard it right here first. Dwight Howard is a good basketball player, but I think what happened to him was he kind of fell into the web of the media, and he also fell into the web of the organization that tried to.
Dwight Howard did not fall into the web of anything. Dwight Howard fell into the thing of being too nice. And when I say too nice, is he didn't voice what was really the issue in Orlando. He should have never left Orlando. He should have made the.
He should have stuck with Stan though. Has he been playing?
Nah, it's not about sticking. It's not about sticking with Stan. He should have made the point that Jameer Nelson was a shoot first point guard that wasn't that good, who hasn't been that good since he left Dwight in Orlando, and he never averaged 10 assists at Dwight's peak.
They had their best season with Jameer Nelson. They had their best run when he was injured.
Hey, that's shout out to Ray for Austin. Skip to my Lou.
That's because Jameer Nelson didn't pass the ball enough. And Dwight
I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying. I'm just saying they had their best run without Jameer Nelson, and I'm on wax agreeing with you that I felt like that organization held on to Jameer Nelson too long.
Okay.
Again, you're blaming the organization instead of the person whose best friend it was. That's not on the organization when they think y'all coexist well. That's on Dwight Howard for not saying he got to get up out of here.
Him and Jameer Nelson best friends? I did not know that.
Yeah, that's news to me too, brother.
They're not. I don't think they're best friends. I said they're best friends on that team. They were closest on that team.
So you ain't saying no kind of like they wasn't Steve Francis and Cuttino Mobley close.
No, but they are the closest. They were tight as teammates. They were the two tightest teammates.
Got you.
I just don't want to know how that conversation would go when Dwight Howard say you gotta pass the ball more. And then when I pass you the ball more, you get fouled. You can't hit the damn free throws. So I don't know what you want me to do. So I just would like to know how that conversation went.
So,
because you can't get it. You can't get an assist.
Hitting free throws and getting a team in foul trouble is all strategic. So what? We went to a finals without you there, and I still ain't hit free throws.
Mm-hmm. I understand what you're saying, but I just don't know how that conversation would have went. Because Jameer Nelson, he didn't play the second half of the season, but he did play the first half. That's the only season that he was an all-star. So he played some that season.
He didn't need to have the conversation. He didn't need to have the conversation with Jameer Nelson. He needed to have the conversation with the front office.
Okay, I understand. Just make sure when he had that conversation, hit your free throws too.
It's plenty of people out here don't hit free throws. You worried about the wrong thing.
Who the people who don't hit free throws? Who the people that don't?
Excuse me. There was a time where Tim Duncan wasn't the greatest free throw shooter. Shaq couldn't shoot free throws. He's a fucking champion.
But so Tim Duncan can shoot free throws, but he can score in the post, correct? Let's just be clear here. Dwight Howard is not scoring the basketball unless you set him up.
Excuse me. Has Jameer Nelson been to a final since?
No, and neither has Dwight Howard.
Neither has Dwight
And
Howard.
neither has Dwight Howard.
Excuse me. Has Jameer Nelson helped lead a team anywhere since?
No, and neither has Dwight Howard.
What had nothing to do with Houston?
He ain't lead them.
Did he have anything to do with Houston?
You said lead. I didn't say have anything. You said lead.
Who Jameer Nelson play for right now? Who Jameer Nelson play for?
Don't know. Who Dwight play for?
So stop talking then. Stop talking.
Okay, I don't know. He just played for Denver. He played for Denver. He played for Denver, and he started over the guard you like, Emmanuel Mudiay. That's where he at, right there.
Ooh, shout out to Emmanuel Mudiay.
You're not making. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you keep talking because you want to keep going. You're not really making a fact here because
that is a fact. That's where he at. You said I don't know where he at. I know where he at.
When the last time you seen Dwight Howard not in the playoffs?
Never. He's always in the playoffs.
All right. When the last time you seen Jameer Nelson not in the playoffs? Often.
Okay.
Wasn't he on that Orlando team when Dwight left? Yes. Where did they go? Nowhere. They were immediate losers.
How they was immediate
losers?
They lost in the second round, and then they lost in the first round twice to the Hawks.
They were immediate losers.
How you immediately losing? You go to the playoffs.
They were immediate losers without Dwight Howard, and you know it.
So hold on. So hold on, real quick.
Magic franchise. Oh yeah, of course. They also was a
real quick. So Courtney
Carter, without Jameer Nelson, without Vince Carter, without Gilbert Arenas, without Hito Turkoglu, without Rashard Lewis. Yeah, they went down real quick.
Hold on a sec, real quick.
I know.
Hey, real quick, fellas, hold on. Hey, young talent. So, are you trying to? Are you trying to add to the cachet that he is a Hall of Fame basketball player? Are you trying to add to that?
Why isn't he? But before we make that subject, I know Dwight Howard left Orlando. Orlando was immediate losers, and I know the last time you seen Kobe Bryant or the Lakers in the playoffs, I know Dwight Howard was on that team. Am I wrong?
Yeah, he was on that team.
Yeah, he's on that team.
All right. So don't ever in your life try to compare the two and act like Jameer Nelson was more important or just as valuable on that Orlando Magic team than Dwight Howard.
That's not what I said. I already said. You tried to make me say that. I already said that I felt the organization held on to him too long. So I already said that.
I said that.
I already said they're not on the same level.
You went on to having conversations about someone's free throw. Don't worry about my free throw because I'm still getting us in the playoffs.
Why?
That jump shot you take.
But see, that's what I'm saying. You can't sit here and act like that doesn't matter. That matters.
No shooter.
You cannot get. I cannot get Tennessee. Hold on, Court. So you trying to tell me what we need to do is go back to some game footage, and we will see Jameer Nelson pass the ball to Dwight Howard, and then they foul him. The only reason why Dwight Howard doesn't average 30 points a game is because he can't shoot free throws. That's why he's stuck at 16 and 18. Because all they do is foul him all game. When you pass him the ball, he gets fouled. So if he had moves, or if he hit the free throws, those are just like assists. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah, but the more you guys talk, the more I feel like this man shouldn't make it to the Hall of Fame. You say he's you telling me about a solid player, you telling me about a good player, but you're not telling me about a player that should be canonized for what he's done on the basketball court.
Well, if that's the case, then they need to stop giving away Defensive Player of the Year awards because he got 4 of them. 4.
He does have 4. He plays good. He plays phenomenal defense. But
4.
I mean, it's Ben Wallace. And look, Ben Wallace.
They talking about Ben Wallace.
Is Ben going to get in?
They talking about him going. That's what they doing. They talking about him going.
Hold on. So I need to know on wax. So you're equating. You're saying Ben Wallace is just as good as Dwight Howard.
Hey, listen. I'm gonna go on wax. But at one point in time, Ben Wallace was my favorite player. So
that ain't action.
In terms of being the garbage man, the defense, the rebounds, the block shots, I feel like that's all Dwight has to give us right now. Is a super Ben Wallace.
So you say your favorite player is Ben Wallace. How many defensive player of the year was? How many defensive player of the year awards Ben Wallace got?
I don't know that off the top of the head.
What was Ben Wallace doing? What was Ben Wallace doing before he got with Rasheed Wallace? What was he doing?
He was still grabbing boards. Don't
man,
do
he was
that.
getting dunked on by Kobe. Stop playing.
No. That man was battling Shaq. Don't do that. Don't do that to Ben.
You better go back. No, you better go back to watch the footage. Every time Shaq got the ball, He scored on your defensive player, your guy. He scored on him.
Ben Wallace was about 6'8" in a pair of Timberlands.
I don't care. He was on Shaq, and Shaq was doing what he was supposed to do to him. They lost that series because Kobe shot them out of games. He shot them out of the game.
Dwight Howard is Ben Wallace to me.
So you're saying those are the people?
He's comparable to Ben Wallace.
Ben Wallace is Dale Davis.
No.
That's what Ben Wallace is. He's a Dale Davis.
No.
No Dwight Howard.
No.
See, this train of thought is why your Wizards can't get to an NBA championship.
Hey, shout out to the Washington Wizards, man. World, you are paying attention to Phresh Perspective, man, and we giving it to you strong.